if you couldn't tell by the title of this video, we are doing Am I the A-hole? The Reddit. So get your popcorn, get your Coke, sit down in a chair, and let's get into this glorious Reddit, okay? We are going to be looking at some trends. Am I the a-hole? That's it. That is it. No quotations. That is it. That's one. I'm gonna go quick. Am I the a-hole for not telling my friend and my boyfriend my real name or birthday? My bio family, like, just awful people. Awful people. I just got away as soon as I could, which was when I was 16. They wouldn't leave me alone, and even after I moved out. So at 18, I changed my name, and it was a totally new first, middle, and last name. Not even vaguely similar to my original name. My family also made me hate my birthday, so I mentally decided that I would use the date on my name change certificate as my birthday. Even though it's a couple of weeks after, and I still have to use my real ones on forms. I turned 22 today. For real, not my fake birthday. No one knew except for my bio family, who I hadn't spoken to in 6 years. My parents sent me a birthday message over social media, and they started it, "Happy birthday, my old first name," along with a long guilt trip about how it's been years since they've heard from me and how much they miss me. I don't know how they found me. My boyfriend passed me the phone when their message came through, and I caught the beginning of the message. So the happy birthday, my old name. He then asked why a woman who looks like an older version of me was messaging me saying happy birthday to a name he didn't recognize 2 weeks before what he knows to be my birthday. I then admitted that I changed my name and used a fake birthday. He asked what my old full name was, as he only got part of the first name on the message preview, and I said it doesn't matter because it's not my name now. He said he was curious, and I said it didn't matter and I wanted to drop it. My best friend is also his sister, and they live together, and I was at their place, so he got her in on it too. They're now nagging me to tell them my real name. However, they both know some details about my childhood, and I told them it's to do with my family and that I don't want to give them a full real name or acknowledge my real birthday. They began jokingly listing names that my old name could have been, ranging from serious and based off what my boyfriend saw in the preview, the few letters, to joke names, and then left and went home. It's been about 12 hours since I left, and they're still calling / texting me that they're really mad that I stormed out and won't talk to them about this or give them my real name. They're also saying it's been 4 years and I'm just being stupid, and that it was one thing to not want to do anything on my birthday, but to give them a fake birthday was ridiculous, and I shouldn't have been hiding my real name from them, and they're both really mad that I won't tell them. Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole? Update. They contacted my parents to find out the name. We're done. You are definitely not the a-hole, because first of all, it's not your name now. It's not even legally your name. Someone shouldn't need to know the name you used to have. That's irrelevant. That is 100% irrelevant. And the whole birthday thing doesn't really matter. It's a date that most people just use to celebrate themselves in their, years of life. And if you don't like that, like being associated with that date, because that date is mainly negative and connected to trauma, you shouldn't be forced to put yourself and through that and relive that moment all the time. And the fact that they even went out to call your parents to find out your old name is ridiculous. Like, who actually does that? That's actually crazy. That's insane. And I'm glad it's done because it would have been done for me too. That's definitely done. Sometimes reading is exhausting. A lot of reading going on behind this Xbox. You probably can't effing see it. There is a thing. Sometimes reading is hard, and I'm quoting Anthony Padilla because that ad, the sponsor, is always sick. Just wanted to let you know. Definitely. Also, BetterHelp is great, and if you need it, I 100% encourage you to go to it. It might be scary. It's always scary to reach out for help, but definitely reach out for help. This is not a sponsor. I don't even know why I'm bringing this up. Let's move on to the next segment. Not the next one, okay? WIBTA. I don't know what that means. But I'm just gonna say, am I the a-hole? If I started my transition without telling my parents, I, 18 male, I am transgender. FTM, female to male specifically, and I am sick to death of my parents feeling on it. On my parents' feelings on it. I came out to my parents over 2 years ago, and it was a slow burn nightmare. They didn't call me slurs or throw me out, but instead tried to talk or scare me out of being trans. My mom in particular, would share with me all the fears mongering nonsense she'd find online without really understanding what it was, and then refuse any and all material I gave her to look at because it was too biased. These past 2 years, I have had any faith or respect in my parents slowly eroded away by every "aren't you worried about dating?" I just think top surgery is manipulation and every other new insecurity they've given me. But through all of this, I've had my older sister, who is the only true angel I've ever known. She'd had my back through all of this, and I love her for more than anything. And I know that she loves our parents. I do too. So for the sake of my sister and my own sanity in part, I play happy family. I won't outwardly express my contentment for my parents, and I think they believe that we're on good terms again. But here's the thing. I recently have been trying to access the money that was put aside for me for after I turned 18, and my mom has been asking what I plan to do with it. She's been struggling. She's been suggesting driving lessons, and I've told her that that's a good idea, but I'm still thinking about it. The truth is, I've pretty much made up my mind that I'm going to use the money to start my transition. But I know that if I try and tell my parents that, it'll kick up everything that's settled down, and they'll try and talk me out of it again. If it were just that I could probably handle it, but I know that they'd get my sister involved, who's already going through a tough time right now, and start fighting with each other again. Another thing they would do whenever I dared have autonomy. I know I get it. I know that if I wait for their permission to be myself, I'll die waiting. But I also know if they find out, it could really hurt them that I'm shutting them out like this. I plan on using the money to start gender therapy to get a gender dysphoria diagnosis, and then start HRT, hormone replacement therapy, when I move away from uni in about a year. So, like, if I started my transition without telling my parents, even though it would really hurt them. Oh, would you be the a-hole? No. Your parents have shown over the years that they're not the people that are going to support you, and you know that. So I don't think I would call you the a-hole. And me personally, I get it. I wouldn't consider you the a-hole at all. You're not the a-hole. To transition without telling your parents, it's not an a-hole move. Plus, it's kind of your business anyway. And it is your autonomy, kind of. So, well, not kind of, it just is. So, boom. Boom. Next one. Title's a little bit, but we'll see. Don't judge it before you read it. I'm gonna try to do that. Would I be the a-hole if I told my trans FTM boyfriend I didn't want to watch him do his tee shots ever? He's starting tee soon for like the first time ever, clearly, right? And I hate getting needles and watching needles, and I support him / want to support him, but I just do not want to watch him do it. Would I be an a-hole? Would it be seen as unsupportive? No. See, that was a weird reaction. I'm gonna keep it buck with you, but no, that's it. Just no. If you're afraid of needles, you're afraid of needles. That's it. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something real talk. Baseline, come over here. I used to be afraid of needles, but then I got a pack of needles, and then I gave myself a stick and poke tattoo, a couple of them, and then I became okay with needles and okay with pain. That's probably never gonna happen for you, and that's okay. It's not seen as unsupportive. It's just not, mate. You good? You're a-okay. Next. I realized I gotta go back and take photos of this, but moving on. Would I be the a-hole if I don't let my mom pick my name? First of all, no. I just want to say no. But again, can't judge before you read it. But seriously, no. Throw away on mobile. Please don't share / use. I'm sorry, mates. We cannot do this. But to the question, no. Okay, I found one that was good. Am I the a-hole for coming out to my mom's trans? I want to say just right off the bat, no. Because simply, you chose to trust your parents with some information that you probably just want them to know. Because you just want them to be a part of your life. Be happy, Daddy. But into the reading. This reading is exhausting. We do it. I'm a trans guy, 19 male, and last night I made the choice to come out to my religious mother, 51 female, for various reasons, but mostly because I felt like I was living a lie by living as her daughter and not her son, and felt like it was unfair to both her and me by continuing to do this. If I'm being honest, I didn't expect a good response from her. She has continuously shown me that she shares homophobic / transphobic beliefs. By the way, she talks to us contemptuously about LGBTQ people. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to read that word. So I already had an idea from the start that she wouldn't be supportive. In hindsight, maybe it wasn't the best time to come out to her, but I was at the breaking point because I had already known I was trans since I was 13. Samesies. And felt like I couldn't keep up the charades anymore without suffering a breakdown. What I didn't expect is for her to start yelling at me immediately that I'm just confused and that I'll always be her little girl. No, I'm sorry, bro. I'm doing this for you. We share the same sentiments. Maybe we don't, but like, No, you'll never be a real guy because you're way too pretty for that. Okay. God made you a girl, therefore you are one.
Nani?
And that I was incredibly selfish for even wanting to come out. So, who am I? Because it meant, one, it meant that she'd raised me wrong, which I disagree with. I think she raised a compassionate and understanding young man. Two, I was disrespecting the 19 years she had painstakingly spent to raise me as her beautiful feminine daughter. Three, what about feminine clothing, dresses, etc.? Those were expensive too. Four, I should think about my grandma and extended family. How would they feel knowing that I was a boy now? How would everyone in my life feel? I was just making life difficult for my mom. It shouldn't just stay. It should have just stayed a girl to make things easier for her and me. Grandma would have had a heart attack if she found out, which I am telling her, by the way. You need to think about how you coming out affects everyone. The last point made me feel really sick. I love my grandma and I care about the rest of my family. And this was one of the biggest reasons why I considered just staying in the closet forever in the past. My mom then proceeded to trash my room and clothes, said that I was a selfish a-hole for doing this, and said that I was just like my deadbeat dad, and left me alone to sleep. I went to bed feeling sick to my stomach and crying, and did the same when I woke up earlier. And even now, hours later, I'm not sure if I'm the a-hole here for coming out and that I'm selfish for doing this. Am I the a-hole? If you didn't tell by my whole reaction throughout reading this, you are definitely not the a-hole, brother. Definitely not. Like, on ground level, to be serious, step into my office, to be quite serious, no, you're not. This is something you wanted. Like, yes, you said it was eating at you or something. I don't know. We could put the F in quotes if you want, but I'm not. Look, you said it was bothering you, so no, I don't. You wanted to tell her because it bothered you to hold such a big secret about yourself from her, and you knew it wasn't going to be like a good response because she's religious. I also share the same sentiment. I understand that. You're just going into it just to do it, to get that just throwing it out there, you know? So, all of her points disgust me. I'm sure disgust everyone. But coming out is not really necessarily about everyone. It's to just be like yourself. You're doing it to be yourself. And Meemaw probably not gonna have a heart attack. And that's a ridiculous statement that I can't believe people say. And they also make that comment about like, oh, you're too pretty to be doing this, that. I'm sure other people in the community definitely get that comment a lot too. Definitely. So, it's terrible. I am sorry that you're going through this, but you're 100% not the a-hole. Next! AITA. I'm such a fool, my bad. I'm sorry. Am I the a-hole for wanting to transition? I, 26 FTM, as a trans man, I recently started taking testosterone and even cut off my hair, and I plan on getting gender affirming surgeries. My mom does not support this. She moved in December from Texas. Is it always gonna be the moms? What's up with the moms? Right? Texas because she was having health issues and wanted to be closer to me in case something happened to her. I knew she didn't like the fact that I'm trans, but she hadn't said anything since her initially bad reaction when I first came out to her. So I thought she was starting to get used to the idea. Today, me and her were talking about job interviews she had yesterday. She then told me if she got the job, she planned to save up and go back to Texas because she didn't want to watch me become a man. She told me she blames me being trans on my wife and that I have become an entirely different person since I've been with her. She also said that she thinks I think being a man will make me happy, and told me it's not going to cure my depression. Like, I was aware of that. I've struggled with depression for years, and I'm very well aware I will struggle with it for the rest of my life, no matter if I transition or not. She also said when she moves back to Texas, she will most likely go on contact with me. For context, when I came out to her, her initial reaction was to threaten to disown me. She said she gave birth to a daughter, not a son, and that if I chose to become a man, she would no longer acknowledge me as her child. After a few months, I brought the topic back up, and she said it would take her some time to get used to it. So I thought we were cool. But then she says all this today, and I feel like I'm a terrible child and not considering her feelings. So am I the a-hole for wanting to transition? Mate. First of all, no. 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 You're not. That's it. I don't think I really have to explain this answer. I would, but it's just I don't feel like I have to. This is one of the few ones that I just feel like I don't really have to explain that. I don't really have to explain it. It's just not. That's the end of the video, y'all. Thank you for watching. Peace and love, my friend, my beautiful friends and people of this effing planet. My name is Louis. My name is not Louis, it's Luke. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. I'm not telling you to do it, but I sure like it if you did like the video. Now, that was a bit weird. Peace and love. Goodbye. Love y'all. Hey Google, am I beautiful?
Well, I just looked up good looking on Merriam-Webster.com and the only definition they had was a photo of you. So that's a definitive yes.
You heard it. Google's flirting with me for real.